everyone, this is Pico Entertainment and we're back again, and here now we have another video for you, and we're going to talk about Lionel Messi and the recent news that following his departure from Barcelona, he will now be joining PSG on a 2-year contract. Various reports are stating that he'll earn around £29.6 million per year on a 2-year deal at the French club. And to be honest, this was to be expected, as there really were only 3 realistic clubs that he could have gone to, either PSG, Real Madrid or Man City. And Real Madrid, to be honest, have got their own financial issues as per Barcelona as well, following the restrictions imposed by La Liga recently. And Man City, as we all know, have recently splashed 100 million on Jack Grealish as well. So it probably wasn't viable for them to splash another huge amount of money, not in terms of a transfer fee, because as we all know, Messi is a free agent now. But in terms of just wages alone, it probably wasn't viable for Man City to spend that amount of money on a 34-year-old. It was probably in their best interest to invest further in younger players. So PSG was probably the most predictable option that Messi was going to go for. And to be honest, I said in my previous video when I covered Lionel Messi leaving Barcelona that French football, I think, is probably more suited to him. I think it's much more slower, so it'll be less furious and less intense for him, especially now at 34 years old. So he'll be able to get more space and time and possession on the ball, as perhaps what he might not do at the Premiership, where it's all fast and furious, end to end. And I think if he did go to the Premiership, everybody would be man-marking him and putting in all these fast and intense 50-50 tackles on him at the time. So probably right that he went to PSG in the end. And of course now it gives PSG quite the enticing lineup in terms of their attack. Potentially now you can have Messi alongside the likes of Neymar, Di Maria and Mbappe as well. So in theory they should really be a force to reckon with. Last season they finished second behind Lille in the French League, and they went out in the semi-finals of the Champions League to Manchester City. So obviously now with the acquisition of Messi, they want to improve on last year's results. So will Messi be able to deliver still at PSG? Will he be able to capture the same kind of remnants of form that we saw him exhibit so much at Barcelona throughout his career? Now, as much as I love Messi, and I don't want to be negative here, I think we do have to be a bit cautious. You know, we're all going to get carried away, as I mentioned before, with him joining the other big players within PSG. But what you have to remember is, this is the first time that Messi has played away from Barca. So that's quite the footballing and cultural adjustment that he's going to have to make. He's going to be playing a different system with different players. Yes, he did at Argentina, and we can debate as whether he was as impactful with Argentina as what he was with Barcelona, because he was playing around different players. But again, it's a whole different setup, it's a whole different continuity and personality that Messi's going to be surrounded with. He's not going to have the same hero worship that he had at Barcelona. You're going to have a lot of big egos there involved. Not everybody's going to be as willing to give him the ball as what they were at Barcelona. Yeah, there'll be an instruction, I'm sure, from the manager Pochettino to get Messi on the ball as much as possible. But like I said, it's not Barcelona anymore. So that's something that Messi's going to have to get used to. And if he doesn't hit the ground running, let's say if he struggles to score in the first 5 to 7 games, then yep, there's going to be a bit of pressure, maybe a bit of antagonism from other players involved. Maybe he'll come under a bit of criticism from the crowd. You know, they're probably expecting Messi to hit a hat-trick straight away. But you have to remember, as I stated in my previous video, he is 34 years old now, and you're really only going to get diminishing returns from Messi now. Even though it is Lionel Messi, it's not going to be the same player that when he was at 25, 26, 27 years old. So you've always got to bear that in mind now. And as I mentioned before, it's a different style of football he's got to adjust to as well. So if he was 24, 25, then I would give a bit more leeway, because he would have youth and energy on his side. But he's 34 now, so you also have to question, what would his motivation be? You know, at the end of the day, we all know he wanted to stay at Barcelona, and Barcelona, where everything is just such a mess financially, they just couldn't come up with the funds to keep him. And I'm sure they explored every single avenue and possibility to try and keep Messi at the club, but at the end of the day, they just couldn't do it. So what would his attitude be at PSG? Would he just take it lightly, or would he have the same drive and motivation than what he had at Barcelona? So it will be fascinating to see how he performs, certainly in the first 5 to 10 games. If he does score straight away, if he doesn't score straight away, how will the reaction and perception be to Messi overall? Because as much as I love Messi, and as much as we all love Messi, the one viable criticism, and it is a viable one, is that he's primarily only done it at Barca. You know, when we look at Ronaldo, we can at least say whatever you think about him, he's done it at United, he's done it at Real Madrid, and he's done it at Juventus, right? Messi has only been primarily successful at one club. So this is really something that could determine Messi's or cement his legacy even more so if he does go on to spare PSG to winning back the French League and also multiple Champions League. If he can do that, then I think it will already put the lid on what many believe is already the greatest player, or certainly the greatest modern day footballer in the last 15 to 20 years overall. So we'll wait and see what happens and see what his form goes on. I'm not sure who PSG got in their first couple of games, but I'm sure we will all pay close attention to see how Messi gets on. And as I mentioned before, I love Messi and I hope he does really well there, but I think we just got to keep our expectations in check here. The fact that he is 34, he's adjusting to a different style, a different playing system, a different club. So that's going to take time for any player, let alone Lionel Messi. So we'll wait and see how he does and if he proves to be successful overall, and what exactly the pressure and criticism will be if he doesn't hit the ground running straight away. Certainly in the first 5 to 10 games, we will see what happens in terms of that scenario involving Lionel Messi. So those are my quick thoughts and feelings on Lionel Messi signing a new 2-year contract at PSG. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If there are any further news and updates regarding Messi, then I will also provide them as well on this channel overall. Please also hit and like those subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you with more high quality commentary like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, stay at safe distances, and I will see you very, very soon.